So you're scrolling through TikTok, right? And suddenly, a pineapple shows up. You're like, wait, how does this thing even grow? It's got no stem, no leaves, just a whole bunch of spikes and a crown of leaves. How is this even possible? Imagine a pineapple is like a pineapple-shaped UFO that landed in your kitchen. It has no stem, but somehow it's still growing. Like, is it using its own head as a stem? Or is it just being weird and not caring about stems? You know how strawberries grow on plants and bananas grow on trees? Pineapples, they're like the weird cousin who shows up at your party with no invitation and no stem. Just a whole bunch of leaves and a fruit that looks like it's made of a bunch of tiny pineapples glued together. So, the question is, how does a pineapple grow without a stem? Is it like a fruit that's just not a fruit? Or is it a plant that's basically a fruit that's also a plant? It's like the ultimate food group flex. I mean, it's got leaves, right? So it's a plant, but it's got fruit, and it's got no stem. So, how is it even growing? We're gonna find out. But first, let's just accept that pineapples are weird and move on. So what exactly are we talking about? Let me get this straight, pineapples don't have stems? Wait, do they? Okay, so pineapples are like a pineapple, but not like a pineapple. They're a fruit, but not a fruit. They're a vegetable? No, they're a fruit. Wait, what's a fruit? So, pineapples grow from a plant, right? But how do they not have a stem? Like, how did they even start? Is it like a pineapple-shaped seed? Or is it like a pineapple-shaped something? I'm not sure, but I'm trying to figure it out. So to recap, pineapples are weird. They don't have stems, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. But I'm here to learn, and I'm not giving up. So, what are we even talking about? A pineapple, without a stem, growing. Like, how? Alright, let's not overthink it. Pineapples are cool, and I'm going to figure this out. One slice at a time. So you're thinking, why should I care about pineapples growing without a stem? Well, imagine your favorite fruit is basically a plant that's like, I don't need a stem, I'm gonna grow from the top. It's like nature's way of saying, hey, I'm not just a fruit, I'm a whole package deal. And if you don't care about pineapples, you probably don't care about how plants grow, which is kinda sad. So here's the thing. Pineapples are basically a fruit that got a bad reputation for being a weirdo. They're like the weird cousin at the family reunion, but with spiky skin and a sweet center. They've been around for thousands of years, but they're not really from anywhere specific. They're like that guy who's been around forever but nobody knows where he's from. Let's fast forward to when people started growing them. They were first found in South America, but then they got all over the world like a viral meme. You know, the kind of meme that's so good it's now a global sensation. No one can stop talking about it. In the 1600s, European explorers tried to bring them back to Europe. They were super excited, like this is the fruit of the future, but it took a while for them to figure out how to grow them. It was like trying to teach a cat to do a backflip. By the 1800s, people had finally figured out how to grow pineapples in places like Hawaii. It was a bit of a slow process, but they did it. And now, the pineapple is a global icon, like the ultimate snack for people who want to feel fancy but still eat something healthy. So, in short, pineapples are a fruit that's been around for ages, but it took people a while to figure out how to grow them. And now they're everywhere, like a fruit that's been TikTok famous since 2017. So, imagine a pineapple is like a giant, spiky pine cone that forgot to grow a stem. It's basically a plant that's like, I'm gonna grow upside down, thanks. Pineapples grow from the top, not the bottom, like a tree, but with more juice and less patience. It's like a plant that's always texting its top half. The top of the pineapple is called the crown, and it's basically the plant's head. It's got leaves and a little baby pineapple hiding in there, waiting to grow. So, when you cut a pineapple, the crown is like the plant's brain. If you plant it, it'll grow a whole new pineapple, just like a seed, but with more spikes. So, in short, pineapples grow without a stem because they're like a plant that's always looking up. They grow from the top, like a tree that's also a fruit, and they're kinda weird, but that's why we love them. So you're like, pineapples? No stem? How does that even work? Well, let's start by thinking about how plants grow in general. They need soil, water, sunlight, and a little bit of luck. Pineapples are no different, except they have this weird, spiky cousin vibe. Pineapples start as a little seed, but wait, no, they don't. Most pineapples are grown from the fruit itself. Yeah, you heard me. You can actually grow a pineapple from a piece of the fruit you eat. It's like a plant version of a baby from a parent, except the parent is a fruit. Once you get that little piece of pineapple, you plant it in soil, and then wait for it to start to sprout. Like a tiny, green, spiky baby pineapple. It's like a plant version of a baby growing in a pot. except the pot is a little bit more rustic. Now, this little sprout is called a sucker, which is a funny name for a plant baby. It doesn't grow into a full pineapple immediately. It takes time, patience, and maybe a little bit of luck, like waiting for your kid to grow up, but with more sunlight. And here's the kicker. The pineapple doesn't grow from the top. It grows from the bottom, like a plant version of a bottom-up approach. So you can't just take a pineapple and plant it like a regular flower. It's like trying to grow a tree from a banana. Not the same thing. So, in short, the setup is, you take a pineapple, plant a piece of it in soil, wait for the baby pineapple to grow, and then eventually, boom, you have a full-grown pineapple. It's like a plant version of a baby growing up into a full adult, except with more spikes. Okay, so the pineapple isn't growing from the top like a regular plant. Instead, it's actually growing from the bottom up, like a pyramid of fruit stacking itself. Imagine if your cereal box started growing a tree from the bottom. That's basically what's happening here. The base is where the magic starts. This base is called the eye of the pineapple, and it's full of tiny buds that eventually grow into the next layer of fruit. It's like a fruit factory in the bottom. So while the rest of the pineapple is busy looking fancy, the real work is happening underneath. It's like the pineapple is doing a secret handshake with the earth. And there you have it. The pineapple is not a stem, but a bottom-up party. Nature's way of saying, hey, let's grow this thing upside down. So here's the real kicker. The pineapple doesn't grow from a stem, it grows from a pineapple. Like, literally. You take a slice of the fruit, and boom, you've got a new pineapple in the making. This part is like a fruit version of a baby. It's not born, it's more like a baby fruit growing inside its own fruit. Nature's got some weird, wonderful parenting skills here. But here's the trick. The baby pineapple grows upside down. It's like if you took a fruit and turned it into a vertical jumble. The leaves grow upwards, and the fruit grows downward, like a fruit that's just not into gravity. So, the whole process is like a fruit version of a recycling bin. The pineapple uses parts of itself to make a new pineapple. It's nature's way of saying, I'm not done yet, I've got more to give. And that's how pineapples grow without a stem. They grow from themselves. It's like a fruit that's also a mother, and she's also her own child. The circle of pineapple life. So here's the real kicker. Pineapples don't grow from a stem, because they're not a typical plant. They're actually a type of berry, which is a fruit, not a vegetable. Wait, but then why do they look like a plant? The pineapple is made up of hundreds of tiny berries fused together, like a fruit smoothie made of 100 berries. Each of those little fruits has its own stem, but they all stick together like a group of friends holding hands. So the pineapple stem is actually the base where all those berries meet. It's like the group chat of the fruit world. Everyone's connected, but no one's in charge. It's a democratic fruit. The real stem is actually hidden under the soil, where the plant starts its life. It's like a secret club entrance. Only the really cool plants get in, and they grow up through the soil to make a pineapple. So, in short, the pineapple grows without a visible stem because it's not a typical stem plant. It's a fruit made of berries, and it's basically the fruit version of a democracy. No one's in charge, but everyone's part of the group. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Fire TV Stick 4K streaming device. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. Okay, so imagine if a pineapple was like a really weird, overachieving kid who decided to grow on its own. No parents, no help, just pure determination. It's like a plant with a PhD in survival. It doesn't have a stem like most plants, but it has this thick, spiky skin that's basically its armor. Think of it like a pineapple wearing a helmet made of leafy armor. And here's the kicker, the pineapple grows from the top down, like a pyramid of fruit, with the newest fruit on top and the oldest at the bottom. It's like a pineapple that's always trying to be the VIP. So yeah, pineapples grow without a stem because they're basically a fruit that decided to be a plant. It's like a fruit with a side hustle in botany. In the end, the pineapple is just a fruit with a serious case of I'm not a stem, I'm a fruit syndrome. And honestly, I'm okay with that. So here's the thing. It's not like the pineapple has a secret stem hidden inside or something. It's more like it's got this whole other way of growing that's way cooler than a normal plant. It actually grows from the top, like a little plant that's been on a roller coaster and landed on its head. It's like a pineapple that's been through a lot, but still looks good. And the thing is, even though it looks like a fruit, it's technically a plant that's been through a whole bunch of weird evolutionary stuff. It's like a fruit that got a PhD in survival. So when you see a pineapple, you're looking at a plant that's basically a fruit with a plant inside. It's like a fruit that's also a plant, and somehow, it's still a fruit. So yeah, pineapples don't grow from stems because they're too busy being pineapples. They're like the plant version of a superhero, but with more juice and less kick. Okay, So the first myth is that pineapples grow without a stem because they're somehow magical. But here's the real deal: pineapples don't grow without a stem. They just have a different kind of stem. It's like saying a banana doesn't have a stem because it's a fruit. But it actually has a stem. It's just not the kind you see on a plant. So, the myth is busted because pineapples do have a stem. It's just hidden under all that spiky skin. Think of it like a superhero kid: super strong, super hidden, and super important for growing. The real stem is actually the part that connects the pineapple to the plant. It's like a tiny, invisible hand that helps the pineapple climb up and grab nutrients. No magic, just biology. So, if you ever see a pineapple without a stem, it's either because it's been cut off, or it's a fruit that's already been harvested. But that doesn't mean it's stemless, it just means it's been separated from its plant. In short, the idea that pineapples grow without a stem is a myth. They have a stem, but it's not the kind you see. So next time someone says pineapples are stemless, just say yeah, but they have a hidden one. So here's another myth I thought was true. Pineapples grow without a stem because they're basically just a fruit that's never had a stem. But no, that's not how it works at all. Turns out, pineapples do have stems, but they're hidden inside the fruit. Think of them like a fruit's secret club membership. No one sees it, but it's there. So when you eat a pineapple, you're basically eating a bunch of tiny berries that have decided to live together and pretend they're one big fruit. That's the real reason they don't have a stem. So if you ever see a pineapple with a stem, don't be surprised. Those are just the fruit's way of saying, I'm not just a fruit, I'm a team of fruits. You know that time you're grilling a pizza and you're like, wait, where's the pineapple? Well, it's not just for snacks. It's in your fridge, in your fruit bowl, hiding in the corner like it's trying to be subtle. It's like a fruit that's seen too many TikTok trends. Pineapples are everywhere, but they're not in the way you expect. You might see one in a fruit basket, but it's not like a banana or an apple. It's more like a weird alien fruit that just happened to be popular. It's like the fruit version of a meme that's too good to be true. And here's the kicker. You probably eat more pineapples than you think. That tropical fruit you put on your pizza? It's not just for show. It's a whole fruit that's been through a lot. Like a fruit that's been to the beach, the grocery store, and your fridge, all in one day. So next time you see a pineapple, don't just think of the fruit. Think of the journey it took to get there. From the jungle to your plate, it's like a fruit that's been on a mission. And you, my friend, are the one who got to enjoy the fruit of its labor. Pineapples are everywhere, but they're not just in your kitchen. They're in your life, in your food, in your memories. And if you're ever wondering where they come from, just remember, they don't need a stem to be magical. They just need to be there, and you to enjoy them. So imagine you're at a fruit stand, and you see a pineapple that's basically a tree with a tropical twist. It's like a pine cone that learned how to party and grew a bunch of leaves. Now, this pineapple isn't just standing there looking cool. It's actually growing from the top of the plant, like a weird, spiky umbrella that just keeps expanding. It's like the pineapple is saying, I'm not just a fruit, I'm a whole ecosystem of tiny pineapples waiting to happen all in one place. And here's the kicker: if you ever see a pineapple that looks like it's missing its top, don't panic. It's just trying to grow more pineapples from its own body. So yeah, pineapples don't need stems because they're basically fruit trees that got too cool for their own good. They're like the Steve Jobs of the fruit world. So, pineapples don't have stems because they're basically a fruit that's like a party on a plant. They're so happy they don't need a stem to show off their tropical vibes. The real deal is, they grow from the top of the plant, like a fruit that's too cool for school and just hangs out in the sun. Imagine a plant that's like a fruit, but it's also a fruit, and it's got more going on than a TikTok trend. No stem, just vibes. And here's the kicker: the pineapple is actually a cluster of berries fused together, like a fruit that's too popular for a solo career. So yeah, pineapples don't need a stem because they're basically the plant version of a group project that's way more successful than the individual parts. Okay, so maybe the pineapple got a little too confident. It starts thinking it's a superhero, like I can grow without a stem. I'm basically a walking miracle. But then, the weather decides to throw a tantrum. The rain is too much, the sun is too harsh, and the soil is basically a conspiracy to make it fail. It's like a reality TV show where the pineapple is the only contestant, and everyone else is the villain. The pineapple tries to survive, but it's like trying to juggle while riding a unicycle. One wrong move and it's over. The fruit starts to shrivel, the leaves droop, and it looks like it's been through a breakup. Eventually, the pineapple gives up and dies. Not in a dramatic way, just quietly, like it's saying, okay, I tried. Maybe next time I'll have a stem. but no one ever asks it for a second chance. And that's how a pineapple learns that even the most confident plants can have a bad day. Nature's not always sunshine and rainbows, sometimes it's just a really bad drama series. So yeah, pineapples are basically a fruit that's like, I'm not a regular plant, I'm a weirdo. But here's the thing no one tells you about the downside of this weirdo lifestyle. The downside, well, they're kind of like a fruit that's, not really a fruit. They're more of a hybrid, like a group project that's half your idea and half your friend's idea, and you're just trying to make it work. And here's the kicker, because they're not grown from seeds, they're kind of like a fruit that's stuck in a loop. Like a TikTok trend that no one remembers, but everyone keeps trying to recreate. So while you're eating a pineapple, you're basically eating a fruit that's been through a whole lot of weirdness and still managed to be delicious. Kind of like me, honestly. And the real downside? No one tells you. It's just a pineapple, you know? No brochure, no warning labels. Just a fruit that's like, surprise. I'm weird, and I'm great at it. So, how did we even figure out that pineapples grow without a stem? Well, someone probably took a bite out of one and said, wait, this isn't a fruit. This is a fruit that's pretending to be a plant. Then some smart person looked at the pineapple and said, oh, I get it. It's not a stem. It's a fruit that's basically a bunch of berries glued together. So they looked at the plant and said, oh, it's got leaves and a leafy crown, but no stem. That's weird. Then they studied the plant and said, oh, the fruit grows right out of the top of the plant like a big, spiky pizza slice. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you enjoy, take a look at the Amazon Echo Dot smart speaker. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. And then they made a video about it, like, here's how pineapples grow without a stem, because that's just how it is. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching.